Well, hello there. How you doing? Welcome to the show. It's another beautiful day here in southern Colorado. At least we're in southern Colorado. Brian's in more central Colorado.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Either way, loving the beautiful day. It's a little windy though. You know,
a little windy today.
Touch
yeah.
windy, which is kind of out of character for at least the weather pattern we've been in.
For Denver.
For
Colorado
the fall.
Springs.
Oh,
for
it's
Colorado
almost
Springs, I
fall.
always feel like it's windy.
Yeah. Next Sunday is fall. The start of fall. September 22nd is the fall equinox.
And then
So
How
fall-
does that
comes out.
relate to meteorological fall?
No clue.
Because I know that they have,
Yeah.
it's different based on the weather versus the equinox.
We need to look that one up. I'm not sure.
You know it's coming right after fall, right?
Christmas.
No, God, who cares about Christmas? I mean, let's be honest. Like, we want some snowboarding.
Oh, I was gonna
Everyone
say,
loves Christmas, Brian.
yeah, everyone loves Christmas, Brian.
Even
Not
people
everyone
who
loves Christmas.
who don't celebrate
Yeah, Thanksgiving.
what it's about still love Christmas.
Snowboarding. The mountains are headed to open soon. Is that the
Oh yeah.
the mountain ski resorts are headed to open soon? Is that the answer you were looking for?
That's what I was looking for. I don't
Yes.
care about all the holidays. I just care about
What
let's
is
get
the
snowboarding.
opening date that is teed up at the moment? What does your calendar say?
They're saying like the 22nd, 23rd of October, which
Ooh,
I think that's a little aggressive, but that's what it's teed up at right now. It's
Do you
always
have
that
your-
race. It's
do
always
you have
that
your
race.
pass ready?
Oh yeah.
You're
There
ready
you
to go.
Ready.
Well, and
Alright.
speaking of weather and how that pertains to skiing, it is supposed to be a La Nina year. So I can't remember how that worked out. When is that a lot of snow?
La Nina versus La Nino.
Yeah, that's wet. Yeah, it means
'cause
it's,
I
we're gonna
thought
get a lot of snow.
I thought that the La Nina year that we lived in the mountains, it didn't really do much.
It snowed like a.
I mean, it
bunch.
really did snow.
It snowed a bunch.
But
That's
in
what we
terms
want.
of,
Yeah,
Snow's your friend.
love the snow.
love it. Well, it's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming less in a little over a month. Folks,
Yeah.
better get your houses winterized.
Oh yeah.
All
What does that
of
mean?
the-
What's that mean? Get my house winterized. What do I gotta do?
Turn your sprinklers off.
Mm.
That's one thing.
Do you guys blow out your sprinklers just out of curiosity?
We do.
Yeah, Chris does it.
Mhm.
He does the. He knows how.
Yep, we do blow it out. My manifold doesn't have a drain on it, which I wish it did.
Okay.
But so I just blow them out. I'd sit there and run through the compressor several times and blow them out.
Yeah. I feel like that's I think there's a lot of people that don't do that, and then you hear like in the springtime they're like, I can't put my finger on it, but my whole manifold on the side of the house
Mhm.
is got cracks and break points on it.
Yeah, it seems if you don't do that, at least where we live, that you'll almost for sure blow out your backflow preventer. So
Yeah.
that's the weak area. I know there's I haven't tried it, but I know you can get like a bag, that goes over it. So that possibly could
Yeah.
help. And then maybe I probably still would blow it out just because I don't want to deal with all that. But
Sweating pipes back together.
Hell
What other
yeah.
things do you guys do for winterization?
Cover up the AC.
we cover the AC.
Oh.
We also get the furnace fired up for the first time. So same thing as like in the beginning of the summer or the spring when it starts getting hot and you're going to fire your AC up. You
Yeah.
have somebody come out and do that.
But there's a weird
check.
time. There's a weird lag time here too, where you're in between
There
turning
is.
the AC on and the heat.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's just always an interesting thing. And
It's interesting. We haven't reached that yet. We
No.
haven't had to turn the heat on yet. Sometimes by this time of year living in Colorado, you do have heat during the day, or excuse me, heat during the night and AC during the
Yeah.
day.
Yep.
But
Yeah, we've been sitting in like the 50s at night.
Yeah, it's been sitting there.
52, 53,
Mhm.
which is like
Yep.
not perfect sleeping weather, but it's getting there. Like
Yeah.
40 degrees is like perfect sleeping weather.
Yep.
Yep. That's what we do. What are you supposed to do?
I mean, like one of the things that we do, I don't have to do this much now. We don't have as many trees, but I used to like clean out my gutters.
Yep.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Especially, after a lot of the leaves fall. Our neighbor has tons of big trees, and I don't know how they always end up in my gutters, but they do. So I normally just go up there and like take a broom and just sweep them out, and then I rinse out my
Downspouts.
downspout, all that fun stuff. But like some of that is also you just it kind of depends on where you're at. If you don't like cottonwoods, things like that. If you don't have to do that in the spring because you don't have cottonwoods, count your blessings. And then the other thing that we do is we clean out the whole garage, right? We get everything that's kind of summer up and put away up in our shelves in our ceiling, and then we get down all the winter stuff, right? So we get the shovel down, we get our snowboards down, we get all that stuff ready to go because
I like
if
that.
Your garage must be pretty clean.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's kind of a funny statement though. Like, think of like how many people that live in Colorado that don't use their garages. They use it for storage.
A lot. And
it mesmerizes me. I'm like, wait, what? You don't use your garage? You use it for storage? And I for me, we had a house that didn't have a garage at one point. We had another one that had a carport. And when we got a garage, finally, I was like, oh yeah, we're using the garage full bore. Yeah. But we get all that stuff cleaned out. We get all the stuff like the debris and the summer stuff out and get it looking good.
Hell yeah. Well, that's awesome. Yeah. You're not Chris Kreckler. What are you doing?
I changed my name.
It's been a minute sitting. You're not Shannon either.
Yeah. No,
Chris
can
see. There it is. Boom.
I can see.
Boom.
Yeah.
Yep. If y'all didn't
know,
no
one can see.
Yeah. If y'all now no one can see.
Yeah.
If y'all didn't know, we haven't been on Real Talk in a minute because we've been busy. So Chris is adjusting.
Combine. There we go.
Chris is adjusting to the new platform updates on our software.
Yeah,
so you got
it's not really agreeing with me too well. But I got this stuff down. Look, check
you got it. You got it. You got it.
Yeah. The last thing I do for winterization, I get fertilizer out. Like I'm an October and a January fertilizer.
Nice.
I get that stuff out because I want my grass to be super thrilled when it comes to the spring again.
Hell yeah.
So like a turf builder, what's your choice of?
I just use the like a lot of the ones with a lot of iron, like chicken poop, all that stuff. That's what we use all the time. I mean, we put it down 4 times a year. I say it's me. And it makes the grass like super thick. I throw out a bunch of dirt in the fall, especially. I throw a bunch of dirt in there. I throw down some extra seed just to see what'll happen.
Wow.
Just so that I can build up some of that stuff from, we have like our concrete. We have a giant concrete patio, and it gets like pretty warm on those edges. And so I just like fill in all that dirt again and put down some seed so that hopefully in the spring I get some more grass back.
Well, you take good care of your yard. It's always green. Yeah. So you're doing something right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's doing pretty well. So
awesome.
And then trim down our trees. That's the other thing we do. All the shrubs, all the trees, all the rose bushes, all that stuff, we trim all those things down.
Write it down, Chris. Got to get the gutters cleaned. Yep.
Yeah.
Trim the trees, clean
it up.
I
have to wait for our leaves to drop. If I get up there right now, it won't really do me any good.
Yeah, no doubt.
But we live in a heavily treed
area,
neighborhood. Yeah. So once that happens, I'll be doing that
for months.
Yeah, I have like a regimen where I'll be cleaning leaves for a good amount of a series of time. You know, so it's a lot. There's a lot of leaves for sure.
Yep.
But nothing like home ownership though. I wouldn't trade it for any other arrangement. I'm happy to do it. It's rewarding. It's nice to, it's just a freedom and a luxury that we're able to have. I'm proud of it.
Speaking of that, I mean, look at what's happening next week. So next week, we're seeing it now, but the Fed's talking about, dropping rates 0.5%.
That'd be great. Let's do it.
Which, if it doesn't necessarily affect the mortgages right there, but it'll affect the other, like your credit cards, car payments, all those things. But, you'll see where we're already seeing rates dropping for houses. So I've been kind of sitting on the sideline and looking. Denver, and this, I don't know what the Colorado Springs numbers are off the top of my head, but Denver still has, almost 10,000 houses on the market. And, with rates dropping, it's a great opportunity, and I saw someone say today, which I thought was kind of entertaining, if you had a 3% mortgage and you're looking to get another 3% mortgage, you may have missed that boat, right? Um, but when you look at getting a 4 and 5% interest rate, um, that's been what the median rate has been between 4 and 6. That's what the median rate's been for the history of mortgages.
Yep.
And so they were as high as 18 at one point. They were 12, then they were 8, and then you saw them drop down to 1 and 2%, and now they're back up into the
I think
fives
our
and
first
sixes.
mortgage was in the 4 or 5s or something like that.
Probably 6 or 7. We were on an ARM. We
Yeah,
had two. I had
yeah.
2 different mortgages on
Well,
the first.
I meant once we refied or whatever for a
Yeah.
good rate.
I'd,
and
I'd
we
have
got,
to like dig on that one.
Yeah.
we might have
Our first-
refied to get to like a 4 or 5 or something.
Yeah, something
'cause
like
it was,
Our first
Mine
house, I
was-
think we refinanced 3 times or something.
Yeah, mine was
We did.
8, and I was like,
Yeah, we might have had like a
sweet.
7 or an 8
Yeah.
or something, and then we
Yeah.
refied to a 4 or 5 when they dropped, because there was a point when they dropped, and that was like a big deal. And yeah, interesting.
It makes sense.
It took some people to get a little bit longer to get there to get the equity in the house. It took me a long time to get the equity in my house, my first house. My second house, we did a ton of work on it, so we had almost instant equity. And then every house from that point, we did a lot of work and had instant equity after doing the work. So
It's definitely worth it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I wish we'd have kept the house.
Yeah. To your point though, on the market here in the Springs, we're sitting at 3.3 months of my brain right now. Inventory, yes. So a balanced market is 6 months of inventory. So technically we still are in seller's market,
Right.
but buyers have more of an advantage depending on the property. So I don't know the exact number of the houses on the market right this second. I'd have to look at that, but I know we're at about 3.3 months of inventory.
And I mean, that's the funny part about that is we put a house on the market, here in Governor's Ranch, which is a highly desirable neighborhood. Not a lot of houses go on the market. It was on the market for 1 day, multiple offers, and it went on. It went right away. The house that the sellers bought had been sitting on the market for a little over 18 months.
Crazy.
Right. So it kind of just depends on where you're at. And then pricing, the price on the house that they were looking at originally was, $180,000 or $190,000 more than what it finally sold at. And, we're talking about acreage, we're talking about up in the mountains, we're talking about a great location, everything else, but not to the point where you're like, I'm going to pay an extra $200,000, right? So,
no doubt.
Right.
Well, and the buyers were happy, Brian. You did a great job.
Yeah, they were thrilled
on getting that house when, part of, I think one of the things that we're seeing a lot of is people gravitating towards the suburban areas, moving towards more rural. They want more of the land and that privacy and the seclusion and still be close enough to the towns to go get, to go do your thing. But you still have 5 acres around you or more. I mean, that's the dream.
It's so peaceful. I mean,
in my opinion, that is living the dream. And it's so much
yeah.
fun to be able to like help people level up to that area and be able to, or whatever that their goal is, be able to accomplish it. It's really a privilege to be able to assist on that because it's not an easy feat.
Yeah,
That's
well, and
for
it's
sure.
10 minutes from like my favorite fishing in the state, and it's close enough that you're close to Cass Rock, you're close to Highlands Ranch. It's surrounded by a lot of employees from Lockheed Martin and things like that. So, a lot of people, like you said, they just want to get away from kind of the tussle of city.
Hell yeah.
And they want to just have some land and be out on their own and go enjoy it. So, there's lots and lots of those opportunities. So,
you bet.
if it's priced right, the house should sell pretty quickly. But even when it's not priced right, like we're seeing, like you said, 3 months of inventory. I mean, that means buyers aren't in that rush. They don't have to run in and see a house. I mean, we were pulling up stats on a listing in the Springs for one of our agents, Cody, and it's 23 showings to go under contract. That's unheard of from 4 years ago. 4 years ago, you might have 25 showings on the first day, but you had multiple offers on that day, right? And now to have 23 and then having 3 and 4 showings a week, do the math, right? That's going to mean you're on the market a couple months. So, it's definitely a different market if you're looking to get a deal, or you're looking to not have feel like you're stressed and that you've got to overpay and all those things. It's an awesome opportunity. So, and as rates come down, it's going to make those all that much more affordable.
Well, and more buyers will come into the market too at that same rate. So if the rates do go down, you might see competition increase a little bit, which might increase the purchase price of the property. So there's a lot to consider on that for people that are waiting on the sidelines. I know we've probably beat that to the ground when we've talked about it before, but there's a lot to be said on that for sure.
Yeah, I don't see the 3% coming back, right? And something could happen catastrophically to the economy that no one's foreseeing. But the market, the entire, you've seen inflation go up, you've seen unemployment numbers, you've seen other things. Those were the times that, you can buy a house and get the best deals. Back in when we had this many houses on the market was in Denver was 2013, 2014. Wow. That was the last time we had 10,000 houses on the market. And the reality of that was most people would consider that kind of the best time that they bought a house. They probably bought 2 houses in that span of 10 years and were able to take that equity and grow from there. And, the interest rate, again, we got to get this out of our mind that 2% interest rates, 3% interest rates are coming back. I just don't see that happening. I think between 4 and 6 is the healthy number. We need return on bonds. That's what most of our investment portfolios are built on, is the bond number. And so a 1%, 2% rate means the bond isn't getting anything. At 4 and 5%, it means the bonds are actually doing what they're supposed to do in the portfolio. Right. So there's a lot of things that go hand in hand in that. So.
Well, if you are in the market for a house, we'd love to show you one.
Yeah, we've got one.
We'll show you one right now.
Yeah, let's do it.
Sweet.
Yes, 7407 Rim Bluff Drive, Colorado Springs.
Sorry, Brian, I had you down because that volume of that video was a little aggressive.
Cool area, super cool area, Banning Lewis Ranch here in the east side of town.
Yep, ton of amenities.
Very
convenient location.
Parks are incredible.
As you could see, it was a gorgeous house.
Yes, 100%.
Yep.
This property, when they originally bought this property, just the location was amazing. The views are amazing. Everything about that property is just especially going over to, there's parks, there's running trails, bike trails.
I'm really impressed with
all the other amenities.
The level they take really good care of the facilities there, so it looks awesome.
Yeah. Yep. How did you get the gas stove on and the water running in the video and take the video at the same time? How'd you do that?
Because I didn't take the video.
Oh.
So, I leave some things to the professionals.
I was like, that is so cool.
And had you not seen that?
No, I was just giving you a hard time. I was just trying to see what your
I actually
answer
love
was.
that. I love that touch. I think that's
I just wanted to see your answer. So shout out to Ryan over with Real Estate Photography.
There you go. Now that's how you get that done. You call Ryan up and boom.
Yep. He did a great job. So if you want to see it, if you have questions, give us a call. We'd love to show it to a buyer that would like to purchase it. Let's go.
It's a great house.
Yeah. How many bedrooms? How many baths?
One, two,
5.
5 bedrooms, 4.5 baths, 3-car garage, tandem.
Yeah.
It's roughly 4,500 square feet with a
Yeah.
pretty full wet bar downstairs. I mean, when the seller
that's
built
sweet.
that house, like you were saying, all the upgrades that were possible with Covington Home were hit.
Yeah.
Like they upgraded with every possible thing that they could. So, and it's pretty close. It's barely 4 years old, so it's still
it's
a little, still
it's
a
a great
toddler.
house.
The house is still a baby.
A little baby.
Great house. We'll serve them well. You know, it'd be a
Heck
great
yeah.
house for you. So
Heck yeah.
Yeah, let
And
us
give us a call.
hell yeah. And before we go, I have a question.
Mm.
Crocs with socks or no socks? What's your vote? Do you prefer Crocs with
Okay,
socks?
so we know Brian. This is unfair because Brian doesn't wear Crocs.
Well, if you were
No.
to make a vote and if you want to see somebody wearing Crocs, do you want them to be wearing socks or no socks?
I'd prefer not to see them in Crocs personally.
Mm.
My loving wife and my kids love Crocs, and like Carrie pulls out her Crocs all the time, and I'm like, are you wearing that? Are you wearing the blinky shoes on the way out to go eat dinner or something? And,
Oh, hers light up. That's right. Hers light
yeah,
up,
she has,
right?
like- hers are, like,
Sorry, I had to
super
show you
strong.
where I stand.
Oh,
Yeah.
Chris's vote is Crocs,
And if you didn't
no
catch
socks.
that was no socks.
There was no socks.
Yeah.
You
So,
might not have been able to see
so
it 'cause
if
the
Carrie
camo.
if Carrie's wearing Crocs, do you care if she wears socks with them or no socks? You just don't
I
care
mean,
because
I feel like you've lost your integrity at that moment anyway. So does it matter if you have socks or
I
not?
can't get behind the socks, guys. I'm just gonna put it out there. I know I'm like the
No.
old guy. Get off my lawn, meh. You know, no socks.
What if you could have like long white tube socks? Would that make your Crocs better?
Let me think about it. No.
the tube socks are those still a thing?
They're-
Do you remember
yeah.
those? Like the tube
Yeah, they're
socks
like-
with the stripes on the top?
Yeah, we sent our
40
both our kids wore them today.
No, the
Yeah.
stripes on the top.
Oh yeah, with
Like
the
The
stripes.
stripes.
45 and above, and you got like your white New Balances on. You're like,
Oh.
oh
Hell
yeah,
yes.
I'm about to go mow the lawn.
Oh.
Oh,
Follow
the
me.
tall. I gotta
Oh,
find those
yeah.
now. I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for with and without socks with the Crocs because it depends on the socks. If you
Okay.
are wearing the correct
No,
socks,
let me get the sound effect here.
oh,
No.
is that the right one? Okay, that was mean.
That wasn't the one that I was going for.
Yeah.
Let me see. Here. Nope, definitely not. Oh,
No. Let's try them all. Just hit them all.
no, not that one. No, there is one that's.
You don't have it in there anymore. Now that you
I
got
don't
all the
have
sounds, there you go. It's all the sound
Wah,
effects.
wah.
I just gave our arsenal of effects. Now you guys know what we're working with here.
Yep. Oh
Yeah.
my
Super high
gosh.
quality.
Super high quality, and obviously he couldn't find the one he was looking for, so he didn't like switch
Well,
over.
it would
to
have been
the-
like a. Eh.
Oh,
So Shannon, what was your vote? I didn't hear your vote.
It
No,
depends on the
no,
socks.
No, you can't do that. You
Why?
can't initiate
No,
like a
like, you
vote
can't
and
say,
then
like-
you can't start it and then be like, oh, I like
Yeah.
both. No.
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
well,
which-
if
no.
which-
okay, then
Which one?
then I
Are
have
you wearing
to.
socks?
I'm wearing socks.
What?
Okay.
I'm wearing socks.
You're wearing
Really?
Crocs
When's the
with
last
socks.
time you wore a pair of socks?
Last Friday.
When was the last
You
time
were
you wore with
there.
your
I know.
when
You
was the
were
last time you
there.
wore with your Crocs?
Last Friday, the first
Oh.
time because I just got the Crocs and
Oh, I do
the
remember
socks.
the socks though. Do you remember the socks though?
Oh,
very
I do
specific.
remember the socks. Yeah.
That was
okay.
just so bad. I don't even know.
Yeah, that was
That-
actually pretty funny. Yeah.
Yep. So I've done it. So
If you want,
guys-
Shannon will send you that photo in a private chat.
Mm,
yeah,
Maybe.
maybe.
Her socks. Her
Depends.
socks. Look.
Depends on who's asking.
Maybe.
Her socks. Her socks modeling.
I think
Yeah.
that Carrie has to send me the picture that she took because I don't even have it.
Oh,
so if there
no.
are any special requests for it, I will have to get
Yeah.
permission to share
Well,
because it's
actually,
not
it sounds-
technically my
sounds
photo.
like it's
Yeah.
Sounds like it's Carrie's photo.
It's Carrie.
Well, we all know Carrie will share. So surprised it's not on social media.
Oh
So-
gosh, no doubt.
All right.
All right,
All right.
well there you go.
That's
That's
it.
That's
That's
the
a
good
show.
one.
Thank
We wrapped
you.
Bye, guys.